Will you
Rich,
make a
can you tell
suggestion,
the
he
guys that I
follows?
don't dress you, please?
How dare you guys? How dare you?
I'm giving you a
How dare you.
compliment. You look
No,
good.
no.
But
There's
you
a
do need to
difference
straighten your
between-
tie. Straighten your tie a little bit. There you go.
There's a
Thank you.
difference between
Yeah, there you
there's
go.
a difference
Oh, no,
between
yeah.
dressing me and suggesting what I should wear. Okay.
True.
All right, everybody. So just back off. I'm my own man, but I appreciate the. Well, I don't appreciate the implication, quite frankly.
May I ask you a question? There you go. I was going to say we got to
suit,
tweak the
black
glasses
tie.
too. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
How was your breakfast?
Good.
Who did you have breakfast with?
Yeah,
today?
yeah. Break
I
I
had-
need to know.
Well, I'll tell you who I met at breakfast.
Ooh,
Okay.
come on.
His name is Caleb Williams.
Oh.
And I can confirm, shaking his hand size is definitely big time quarterback worthy.
Okay.
He was also halfway through what appeared to be an egg white with avocado on English muffin situation.
California
Hardcore
breakfast.
Southern California, breakfast, right?
breakfast, yeah.
Protein.
I pointed
attaboy.
I pointed at the potatoes and called it a red flag. He got the joke, so he's got a sense of humor. I can confirm that.
Okay.
Did you then go in with your index finger and thumb and snag one, or did you
That is
just
No.
walk
smooth.
away?
Rich doesn't even
No,
ask.
Suze, you know I
You're
didn't
not
do
a
that.
what? No. Because you do that to everyone.
Just because I did it to one of your tater tots the other day doesn't mean I do it to the number one overall pick in the draft.
Wow.
Chris,
Okay.
after having just met him, I've known you for a long time. I just literally met him.
Okay.
Maybe too long at this point.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So there's
It's
that.
Mimosa
So I can
Friday,
confirm,
Rich.
though,
We're
the
very
hand size.
loose.
He's got like Russell Wilson type mitts. These things were huge. They were monster big.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Okay, good.
I got that for you.
He said he's
met-
as tall.
met his-
He said he's as tall as Aaron Rodgers. Did you get that
That's,
feeling?
can confirm that.
Okay.
Confirm that he
Okay.
is. He's when he stood up to shake hands, which I thought was very, very nice of him. I was looking up. So I can confirm that.
Okay.
And I have no problem with him not taking the medical exams. I know that is the story of the day here. The only drawback for him on this is, you speak to anyone around here, is that let's just say he'll hit free agency one year, or he'll somehow, some way want out and there's a trade, is that these other teams won't have the baseline medical information, like the medical information that everybody gets here and is shared with all 32 teams, is something that the teams keep and then will use as some sort of a baseline when they go through a medical exam if they want to acquire him later in life. Like literally, that's the only drawback on this thing. So I know what people are saying today about red flag this. He's trying to do it differently. It's just, I think it's just the 21st century way of people who are already used to the spotlight and have got some cash and scratch in the bank and the eye in the sky as an unbesmirchable amount of tape on them. That's the way this is going to go. I mean, Marvin Harrison, there's word that he's not here now. Like he just left. He
Like
did the medical.
Dion, bye bye.
Like he met with teams, and he did the medical, and the idea that he's not here today because he wasn't at his podium for his press conference, that just may have been a miscommunication where the combine didn't hear or whatever, or he just, I don't know, he might have just left town. But the indication that he is no longer here is because he worked out. He did the weight and reps with the defensive line group, which is like,
Whoa.
Receivers don't do that unless they're not planning to work out with their guy with their group and just getting out of Dodge. So again, the eye in the sky for him doesn't lie. And it's like, if you want to pass on him, I think my favorite tweet that I saw is that it's a red flag and he should drop all the way through the first 8 teams, was by some Bears fan that they know they picked 9th. You know what I mean? Like, I think he's what a major red flag. That first 8 teams should pass on him.
I mean, Rich, does anybody
again,
care?
Some teams may. I know fans do. Obviously, as you know, a guy who's going to be sitting in that booth for an insane amount of hours tomorrow when the receivers work out, it would be great to even just see him here, just chit chat. But in terms of his, I still think he's going to be the first receiver off the board. Could be as soon as Brockman's and yours Patriots choose 3, maybe if they don't take a quarterback. He's going to be the first one off the board. That is for sure. He'll be the first non-quarterback off the board. Period. End of story. So why does he need to go through all this? And he's got the hammer. So there's that, you know.
What else are you hearing?
Oh, here's a good story from last night.
Yes. Here we go.
You're going to love this.
Elmo's?
So we're at dinner.
Walking around.
We're at dinner. We're at dinner last night. We're at dinner last night. Okay. At dinner last night, group of guys. And an elderly gentleman at another table. You know, I can tell when somebody recognizes me, okay? You know, after all these years, Suze, you've seen the look too in these restaurants and what have you. And so the guy comes up to the table as he's leaving and said something to one of the guys at our table that I thought I overheard, and I had to ask him, is that literally what that guy asked before he nodded his head and left? And the question was, is that Rich Eisen or Ryan Gosling? That's what the
Come
guy
on.
Get out of here.
Where do you? There are
And they said yes?
6 witnesses to this.
What?
6 witnesses. The guy was wondering, is it me or Ryan Gosling? And Suze, last night when you FaceTimed me, when you got home with the kids, I told this to Xander to tell him not to tell you because I was going to bring this up on the show. But I had to see his reaction to.
And
it's
what
quite
was
similar
it? Yeah.
to the one that it's quite similar to the one that you're having right now. So I understand. I understand why somebody could be confused on all of that. But God bless it, that was one of the best moments of the combine. I don't think it's going to be topped.
Let me ask you
That was
this.
awesome.
How many
Yes, Susan.
empty bottles of wine were on their table?
His table?
great
I didn't
question.
look. You
Great
know what?
question.
I didn't look. I just took that moment and ran with
Great
it.
question.
Hey, Rich, did he leave any TJ Plus sitting at the table after?
There's no.
There you go.
Listen,
Yep,
how,
yep.
how dare you?
Legal in
how dare
Indiana.
you?
I mean,
I don't know. Maybe
were
it's
you in an
confusing.
outside facility, like
No, maybe he's not confused. Maybe he there is something to it. You know, one of the guys at the table did greet me this morning with a good morning, Ryan text with a meme from Barbie. So I got that going for me.
which is
I
nice.
love Indianapolis.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner Silver.
Now, I can confirm in the past when
Yes.
you had more up here
Whoa.
that people used to think you look like Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd, yeah,
Okay.
that was back in the day. I had a real Dan Aykroyd look and flow.
You really did. Yeah, you did.
He did.
He doesn't look like Ryan Gosling.
He does not. And I love you. We have a wonderful life together, but I don't see it.
Outrageous.
All right. What's more likely, Rich? What's more
Let's do
likely?
it.
What's more likely?
You
Got
look,
that.
you look like Ryan Gosling, or we are
Outrageous.
going to roll what's more likely.
I think it's the latter.
What's more likely?
Never say never, but never.
Man, oh man. I don't even know where to go from there, Rich. That
I'm
was
crying right now.
Unbelievable. Okay, let's just get right to it. Happy Friday, everybody. Omar
Chris?
Khan's doing a lot of talking. Steelers GM. Who's more likely to be the Steelers' Week 1 quarterback? Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, or a mystery quarterback?
It won't be Kyle Rudolph, that's for sure.
No, I don't think it's going to be a mystery quarterback, man. I'm not hearing anything here other than the fact that it's going to be one of those two. And I would go with Kenny Pickett right now because he's the only one on their roster right now. He's the only one that's signed right now. So Mason Rudolph may have a market. They may have a quarterback competition between the two of these guys. And I know this does not excite the Steelers, but I am not hearing at all Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, or they're going to draft one. I don't hear that at all. and I know you're shaking your head,
Wow,
Chris.
I'm just shocked.
But I think I would go Kenny Pickett right now if I had to guess.
Ooh, Steelers fans, that's rough. All right, how about this? The first non-quarterback wide receiver offensive lineman to be drafted higher. Brock Bowers, who you'll see later today, or the defender you saw last night run a blazing 40, Dallas Turner.
I would go with Dallas Turner, but maybe I'm going to reserve this. I'm going to keep a pin in that. Let's see what Bowers looks like tonight. Let's see. I don't know how much he's doing, but the thing that I'm hearing about this is Kyle Pitts scares the hell out of everybody, and I think that's unfortunate for Brock because he's not Kyle Pitts.
Right.
But a guy with freakish ability and huge size and a lot of great tape from the SEC being drafted high in a draft hasn't worked out for the Atlanta Falcons. And I think that's scaring a lot of people off of Brock Bowers. And Dallas Turner does appear to be the best edge rusher in a draft that doesn't have a lot of them. So I think that'll wind up pushing him above Brock Bowers when it's all said and done on that Thursday night in Detroit.
Man, what a show Dallas put on, though. A 40-inch vertical, 4 fours, 40. Very impressive.
Yeah, with the stat that we heard last night is that 40-inch vertical was the highest, the biggest jump at the vert in the last 20 years of the combine by an Alabama linebacker. And he supplanted the 39-inch vertical leap mark of your current head coach of the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans, in 2006. Wow. So we were searching for him somewhere in the stadium to get a shot of him when we were reading off that stat last night, but we couldn't see him. But there you go. I'll go Dallas Turner on that.
All right, Rich, Caleb Williams spoke today. I thought it was really impressive. He came off really well. You met him. You like what you saw. More likely to make the playoffs in 2024. Caleb Williams or Justin Fields?
Well, I mean, don't you have to let me know where Justin Fields is going? Give me at least an idea of where he's
Falcons are big betting favorites right now.
Then I'll go Justin Fields, just in the fact that it's so tough for a rookie quarterback to do what C.J. Stroud did this year. Although that said, I mean, you take that number 9 overall pick and you turn it into the new non-airplane pilot Rome Odunze, and add that to DJ Moore in the run game and the defense that Eberflus is going to be calling plays for. Then maybe I'll wind up being wrong. But for the moment, I'll just go with somebody who wind up in a new spot and might actually take the team to the playoffs. I just need to know where he goes. If it's Atlanta, yeah. If it's New England, then I would take Caleb Williams. I
think that's fair. TJ, here you go.
Thank you.
Big name free agent to end up signing with the Cowboys. Derrick Henry or Mike Evans?
I think it's Derrick Henry. I think by the end of the day, the Bucs will just figure out how to bring Evans back and hook him up with Baker. I'll go Derrick Henry. I just think Evans is going to be just too rich for the Cowboys' blood when they've got so many other guys to pay. Derrick Henry might come on some sort of a market value contract. And you know what the market value is for running backs these days. So I'd go Derrick Henry there. Which one would you want, TJ?
Oh,
well, you know me, I'm greedy. I want both, but
well, you know what? That's not
that's not
the answer allowable here.
Derrick Henry, I guess you've kind of sold me on the fact that that 30-year-old mark isn't the end, and he played pretty well last year, and the Cowboys definitely need a bell cow. So why not? Let's give him a shot.
Plus, you can merely hand him the football. Mike Evans, you must throw the football to.
So we don't need Dak throwing 60 passes again in a game.
No, you don't want to do that.
No. So
here we go.
All right. Two more for you, Rich, and I'll send you off to your Indy day. Castaway AFC East quarterback you have faith in to resurrect their careers. Zach Wilson.
Are you going Zach
or Mac Jones?
Or Mac?
Or Mac Jones.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Now Rich is really thinking both of them for this answer.
Dude.
One of them needs to go to the 49ers.
I mean, I'll go Zach.
One of these needs to be the backup to Brock Purdy.
I'm going to go Zach. I'm just going to go Zach because Mac looked so. I mean, Zach looked better than Mac.
He did.
You know, and that's saying a lot.
That's exactly,
so I'll. That's more likely. I'll go Zach over Mac. Yeah, I was talking to somebody who's high up in the evaluation business in the NFL the other day here at the Combine. The question about Mac came up. Do you think he's got a, resurrection in him? They just shook their head no.
Wow.
Didn't say a word.
Oh, that's so sad.
So
it's rough.
I know.
It's rough.
He needs a hug.
He does. Big time. Last one, Rich. Did you see any Wemby highlights last night?
I saw him essentially call game with a 3-point shot and then a block of Chet Holmgren and going from end to end. I saw that. So what's your question?
He put up a stat line that's never been done in NBA history before last night. That's how impressive this kid is. Locked up Rookie of the Year. More likely in the next 3 years, Wemby MVP or Spurs go to the finals?
Oh, I'll go Spurs go to the finals.
Ooh.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Why? You take Wemby MVP over that, the individual over the team.
I think I would.
I think
I
he's
would.
going to win MVP soon. I think
Okay.
we're seeing it.
I think
So I'm
next
glad
year.
that I'm
Let's make a
glad that I'm
bet.
zagging it while you're zigging. I'll zag. I'll take the other. See, we got our bases covered here on what's more likely.
Look at us.
Fantastic.
All right, brother.
All right.
Enjoy Indy.
Yeah,
you.
fantastic. I'll take next year, by the way. I'm willing to go on the record.
Wow.
I got nothing to lose
I
here.
think Defensive Player of the Year next year for sure.
How is Brent, Suze?
How's what, babe?
Brent.
Oh, Brent. He was a master. He was live from Aloha from Hawaii. He was fantastic.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was
Oh,
like with a steaming cup of coffee overlooking the ocean. Before we go, I want to
Yes.
give you a present ahead of time. I want you to feel good about yourself. So take a look at what we've made for you. I believe Smidge probably did it.
Yes.
Yeah.
jeez.
Huh.
This
Wow.
is confusing to people. Which one is who?
Rich, I've never
What do you
seen
got?
you wear that red suit before. Where'd that come from?
feel it. That's a great shirt.
I've never seen you in that suit.
It's a suit. He's wearing a red suit, people.
have no
That's
idea.
a full suit. Hey, Rich, I love you. I mean, we've been together for a very long
Well, you should love him.
long time.
You made him.
Yes.
You made him chase you for 5 years before you let him catch
That's
you.
because I thought he was Ryan Gosling.
She was playing hard to get.
Honey, I love you. But then again, what's his wife's name?
Ava
Ava
Mendes.
Mendes.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Eva
Eva
Mendes, so we're fine. Hey,
Well,
take care.
You have last night again. I get to dinner. I immediately start having a nice glass of red wine or two, and I thought he said that as soon as the guy left. I'm like, did he really ask if it was me or Ryan Gosling? The dude goes like,
That's amazing.
Never say never,
Happened.
but never.
Well,
"Thank
Rich,
you very much. Great job. There it is.
yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Marshall is on next, Rich. So we will ask
Awesome.
my other husband what he thinks about
Nice.
this comparison.
Say hi to 28.
Will do indeed. Have a great
All
day,
right,
honey.
brother.
See you, brother. Be well.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.